Hello everybody. Hello. Welcome in. Whether you are here watching live or you're watching the VOD later, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. My name is Renee. This is Forever World Building, a cozy Minecraft long play series. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to join the journey, and we're gonna get right into it. Without further ado, I'll chat a little more as we go. But you guys, if I seem a little more subdued today, that is because I literally just got off of work and it got a little hectic there at the end at my 9-to-5 big girl job. So I'm still trying to sort of relax and decompress from that. But I am very excited for today's episode. I'm super excited to start building. Let me change the screen here so we can see what we got going on. Let me know, you guys, if the music is too loud or anything. It sounds a little loud on my end, but sometimes that doesn't translate, so I can't really tell. Okay, so the last couple episodes we went on some adventures. We went out to find a cherry blossom forest and a mushroom island, which was amazing, and now we're back to do some building. So I am excited to take this sort of two-dimensional mock-up you can see that I've done here and turn it into our entire Dyeworks build. So this is the idea. I think that we can get a good amount of the framing done today and then finish it up on Saturday. The main thing that we need to decide right now, I guess we don't need to decide it now, but I want to, is which one of these window designs we're going to use or if we should make any other changes. So you guys let me know what you think, but I like the oak trapdoors the best. And I think they provide a little bit of some color contrast to the face of this build, and they match the town hall as well. And I do think I like the pink stained glass better. I think it's a little simpler. We're going to be using it for the big statement window anyways. And I can't tell if I like... I think I like the dirt with the tulips better than the azalea. And especially because we found all these tulips in the flower forests last time. I want to have a reason to actually use them in the build. And they kind of sit off to the side like that, which I think is kind of nice. So that you can see some of the detail of the window better. And once we really get into it, if we decide we don't like it, we can change it up a little bit. But I think I'm going to take a screenshot of this real quick so that we can easily reference it. Oh, and down here, these are different. Look, I'm gonna be honest, I like the fences better than not the fences, I'm sorry, the fence gates. I don't know exactly why. I just feel like having multiple of those little support beams going down looks a little better. So this is essentially what the Dyeworks is going to look like, and then we'll be able to vary it up a little bit from side to side. So with that in mind, why don't we hop back to our real world here. Oh, I just saw a cactus burst. Let's go check on our cactus farm and see what we've got going on. Okay, 2164, that's not too bad. As you can tell, I have not done any organizing I have truly not gotten on Minecraft since the last time we played. And usually, oh, there's a spider up there. Usually I at least come on and organize the chests and put things away, but I have not done that because, well, I mean, I took a nice little break. It was nice to have some time off, even though I did miss streaming and I did miss you guys on Saturday. I think it's important to take breaks, and you know what, we can start a little slow. This is going to be a really chill stream today, you guys. We're just going to be doing some basic building. And you can listen to me yap. Say hi to Cobalt. Hi, Cobalt. Our other horse, Novella, is still out there in the sunflower fields, along with our other 2 doggos. I'll probably just go get them off stream. Enderman, do I have a boat on me? I do. I will probably just go get them off stream at some point. Let's see. Come here. Come here. That's right. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. So scary. Ah, so scary. But we did get another ender pearl. That's good. We're gonna leave. Let's see, is there anything else we can get rid of? Oh, is that another one? Did you guys see that? I just saw the little purple things like it's teleporting. Maybe there's another one around. Okay, well, we're gonna keep the boat on us. I've been seeing so many Endermen around our base recently, which is kind of crazy. No, give me the boat. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, chill stream today, guys. Just some building, some figuring stuff out. I'll go back for our other horse and dogs later on my own. I am really excited to build, though. Because we haven't done any building for like a week and a half now, a couple weeks. Because the last 2 episodes were adventure episodes. Oh, we gotta keep the cherry. So it is nice to come back home. It's nice to come back to just regular old block placing once again. All right, I'm gonna need to focus on what I'm organizing. So I'll probably talk out loud about what I'm doing as I go. I currently don't have the brain power to organize and chat about other things. Okay, we need a chest here for our cherry stuff. Let's see. Because yeah, we have the cherry saplings and the pink petals. Let's pull this egg out. And put the ender pearls all together. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking? I'm just gonna dump everything into a chest and I will organize it later. Anything we don't need, because I don't know about you guys, I think it is super boring to just watch someone sit here and organize things. And I don't want to be boring. I want to be chill. I don't want to be boring. We'll keep the boat on us just in case more Endermen appear. Let's see, let's get all the tools we need. I am gonna bring the pink tulips because I do think we're gonna use those to decorate. Maybe today, if we get super tired of building, or if I just start to lose my mind and I can't concentrate on it anymore, maybe we'll go set up some of these bee nests so that we can start and actually set them up to start harvesting the honey and the honeycomb, because we are going to need that at some point soon. I believe you use honeycomb to make candles, and I do like using candles to decorate. Okay, there was something else I was about to do. Bees, oh, I was gonna check. We need, what are they called? Campfires. I think we have campfires already back at our workspace. Okay, I think this is good for now. I'm gonna take care of these later. And let's head back and start building. I think we'll head back just in time to fall asleep. And get it going. Actually, I think we can set up the bees' nests now so that the bees can start doing their thing. There are already some bees' nests that have naturally spawned up here. Yeah, see, look, there's one. So we can just put them on a couple of the trees around here. I know they need flowers. There's another one. Look at all these bees. Look at them. They're so cute. Okay. I thought we got 5 bees nests. Maybe it's only 4. But we can put this one there. Aw. And there's plenty of flowers over here. So let's put one here. Oh, look at them popping out like that. And then we can probably put one here near these flowers. Yeah, there they go. And then here's a... This is a shorter tree, but if we just clear some of this away, we should be able to also place one here. And they're probably, yeah, because it's nighttime, they're going to be inside. Okay. So at some point, we'll go get campfires. And we'll put them under the bees' nests. I think that's what you do to make sure that they don't sting you when you harvest them. You see this donkey here? He's been hanging around the top of this hill for as long as I can remember. So I want to make him at some point, like when we build the wizard's tower here, he's going to be like the wizard's donkey. Okay, let's go to sleep. Take a drink, stay hydrated. And let's get building. So we do need to raise these walls up by 1. These are only 4 tall. We need them 5 tall to give us enough room to make it look good, which means that we do need to take down at least the horizontal beams here. So I should be able to do that. Of course, I put them all up. See, this is what I mean, you guys, when I say sometimes I do a bunch of work and then immediately need to take it down. But that's okay. That's just part of the process. I've accepted it. And sometimes you need to like build something and see it with your own 2 eyes before you can realize that that's not what you wanted. Like you can do all the planning and guesswork in the world, but once it's actually sitting there in front of you, then you're like, oh, okay, this, not that it sucks, but it's just different than desired. Can take care of those. What is that? That wasn't too bad. Tearing stuff down is the easiest part, certainly. All right, we've got a good amount of logs here. Let's put this stuff away. Let's get our stone. Copper? Why is all this copper here? I think we need to go set that out at some point to be... That needs to start aging down. At some point soon. Okay. Let's see if I can build this up in a way that makes textural sense. I usually like to do one whole... Oh, a cactus. I usually like to do a like single block wall and then texture it after. But for the moment, we need to texture it now. And I know plenty of people do that. They'll texture as they go. But I like to look at it as a whole and figure out, you know, where we need a little more of this or a little less of this. And I think that informs the texturing a little better. And our pickaxe is running a little low, if you can see. So we may at some point during this stream need to run over to our cave. Oh, I just tapped the mic. I hope you did not hear that. Run over to our cave spider spawner to refresh it, mend it up a bit. But we'll cross that bridge if we need to. Okay, so now we need to build up the rest of these walls. And I'm thinking we'll literally build all of them in this stone, and then, like I said, we'll go through and texture. That's the best way I know how to do it. So let's settle in. For a bunch of block placing. And I'll try and think about things to chat about. We're gonna need a ton more stone. We're actually gonna probably need more stone than we have here. Maybe we should texture as we go, because then that'll save me the stone. Maybe we can do like one wall and then texture that wall. And then do another wall and then texture that wall. But I think even doing that, we're still gonna need more stone. That's okay. Okay. So we've got this wall. Let's add in, we need some moss as well. Get a moss block. Let's see. We'll do the on-hand, off-hand thing. Where moss block, and then moss bricks. And over here. And then we need stone. And some random stone. Wherever the heart says. When we need some of the other, we need some of the mossy blocks up here. Because my thought process is, if there's wood lining the top here, and that's kind of the transition into the second story, wood is a material that holds water easily. So there would probably over time be some, not water damage, but like water leakage from the wood, the top down onto the stone, or there'd at least be like condensation. Is that the right word? Condensation, or just general wetness and dampness. And so that would end up turning into like the little, not algae, but like little, I guess, algae that kind of climbs down from the top. All right, so we got some stone back from doing that. Let's go over, there's a good chance maybe that we won't texture much of this side, because it's gonna be, no. I was just about to say we wouldn't texture because it's gonna be covered, but I'm not the type of person to not texture and just cut it off just because it's not gonna be seen. That's not me, unfortunately. But we can do this like this. And this should go pretty fast. I just started playing a new game, you guys. It's called Harvest Town. It is a mobile game, and I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. It's one of those games, it's similar to Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. I think it's kind of, I don't know which one came first. I'm guessing Stardew Valley came first, but it's kind of like a ripoff of Stardew Valley. Not even a ripoff, I don't know, because that, I think that kind of game just already exists. But at least the graphics for it are very, very similar to Stardew Valley, or the style of like that little small 8-bit kind of look, except Harvest Town is Japanese. It's a Japanese, I think the original developer is Japanese, because they all have a very, all the characters and stuff have a very like cute anime aesthetic, anime look to them. And some of the text in it is, you can tell, slightly mistranslated from English because like on the loading screen, it says loading with efforts, and efforts is plural. And I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but there's definitely other indications that it is translated to English from a different language. And the main reason why I chose Harvest Town is because I was looking for some sort of like resource management game where you have to, like, things end up taking time and you've got a little bit of that, I don't know, you have to, like, things take a longer amount of time and they get more complicated as you level up. I was playing Farmville 2 Country Escape for a long time now, not a long time, less than a year, but it feels like a long time. But it just, it kind of got, it was kind of getting a little boring. Like there wasn't enough variety going on. They would have different events and so then that would, you were like making new things every, you know, month or so, but I don't know, at least for me, it was still like just the same thing over and over again with just a different look. And there wasn't a ton of like customization that you could do besides just the arrangement of your farm, which is fine. And you could like add some, what are they called? You could like add some decorations and stuff, but I don't know. I kind of hit the end of my, not enjoyment, because I could still play it and still have a good time, but it didn't feel like new or novel anymore. So, and I know I've watched people play Animal Crossing, just like on streams and stuff, and it looks super cute and super fun. I don't have a Switch or anything, so I couldn't play it, and I know that you do have to dedicate, like it can become kind of a time suck. I mean, I think this one is gonna become a time suck too, but anyways, I'd also heard of Stardew Valley, and I know that that is, you know, similar to Animal Crossing and a game that people really enjoy. But when I was looking, Stardew Valley costs money on the like Play Store. I have an iPhone, so the Play Store, and it's only like $5. So could I spend $5 for one time for a mobile game? Yes, I could, but I saw Harvest Town on there as sort of a free version, free with ads, of course, as a free version. And in looking at the graphics between the two, I like the graphics of Harvest Town better. It has a little more of that kind of like cute, whimsical fantasy look. It looks a little more dated or a little historical, and Stardew Valley is a little more cartoony and it looks a little more modern. And so I grew up watching and loving anime, and I still love anime, and so that just sort of look and style of the characters and your little avatar that's running around looks like a little chibi which is super cute and fun. And I like that better than what I saw from the just like preview graphics from Stardew Valley. And so far it's been a lot of fun. Maybe I'll talk about it a little more in a bit, but I want to come back to the game we're playing right now, which is Minecraft. So we need to figure out the layout a little bit here. What we want to do with this big empty space. I originally was thinking that this would be in sort of an L shape, and so this wall would continue out, and then it would kind of cut the middle down here and continue out. Like, I guess I can lay down some bricks so we can see what we're talking about. Kind of like this. And then, so we have this big open area here. And then this would be like the store inside here. But we also need to fit an entire house in here. And there's going to be 2 stories. So what I'm thinking is that we make this area more of an open, like, courtyard workspace. And we'll maybe tear down part of this wall so that it opens up into this area down here, because this here is going to be like a workshop area for making all the dyes. And so it might be cute if this sort of opened up and then you have the store itself kind of spilling out of the workshop into this area. And then this add-on can maybe be part of the shop or the works, or maybe just the whole house. Hold on, my music stopped. Okay, wait. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Again, I think we're just gonna have to build it up and go from there. Let's build up these walls. Let's make sure this will be enough room. I think this would be enough room. Would be enough space for a home. Let's see, I think we can bring it in a little more. Because this is what, 4 wide? So like, for example, if this was a bedroom, you could put like a bed. Oh, this is 5 wide. I think that's good. I think I want it to be even though. Well, no, it doesn't have to be even because it just has to be wide enough for a big fancy bed. But that's also going to be on the 2nd floor. Okay. I'm just going to go with what my gut says. My gut says bring it in a little bit. And we'll build this up first, and then we'll cut out the parts we want to cut out. Okay, hold on. I just really want to check this really quick. Okay, something's going on because I do keep seeing cactus breaking, but that hasn't, the number of cactus in there hasn't gone up. So are they getting stuck somewhere? Oh, yeah, they're getting stuck somewhere because there's 2. Why are those there? How did that happen? That was wild. Okay. I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay, well, let's put a little doorway here. You could take those oak logs back. And yeah, 44 cactus that were just chilling. Okay, there we go. Hey Nitro, what's up? Welcome in. I think odd length builds are a bit easier to do than even sometimes. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think there's a time and a space for even length builds. And sometimes, like for example, if you want to do double doors for something, then I like to do an even side to fit those double doors so it can be symmetrical. But I think in general, odd length builds are always a little safer. Because then you can do asymmetry on an odd length build, and I think it looks good. Like it doesn't really break up the flow of the build or anything. Whereas if you have an even length wall and you do some asymmetry, if you don't balance it out right, then it can look a little funky. All right, we've almost got all these walls in. And I am going to go back and texture them later because I can't be bothered right now and I want to make some good headway on the actual build. So, if this is open, let's see. We could do I don't want the whole thing to be open, you know? I want there to be some sort of like enclosed space, or maybe just like a covered space. Maybe it doesn't have to be fully enclosed, but if we set up some, let me just grab some fences so we can see what it would look like with the wood. I think we're gonna need to make more. Let's put this stuff away for the moment. We can put that away. We need some more spruce logs. We're gonna need a lot of fences anyways, so nothing wrong with making a bunch right now. Let's take a little sleep, get a drink of water. Or a big drink of water. I'm actually drinking tea. I have Moroccan, oh, rainbow. I have Moroccan mint tea today. Mint tea is really good for digestion. Okay, what if we take out, let's see. If we have, okay, I have an idea. I don't know if I can explain it. I might just have to do it. So give me a moment here. Let me place these down. Oh, I took fall damage. I guess that's 4 blocks. Place these down. And then, how much room is that? We can do one more. But then, instead of having it enclosed, this comes across like that, and then this is open. And then, I mean, this would be technically enclosed. And maybe like this would match that side. Or should it come out one more? Something like that. I think this side would need to come out further. So it's like half enclosed, half open. And what if do you kind of see the vision? I don't even think I see the vision. I think I'm confusing myself now. Maybe it's just kind of like this, where like if I do that and that. Okay, there's something weird about this corner here. This corner is not working out. But it's something like this, where you can, and you'll be able, this will be open, and you can kind of walk in, and the dyes and stuff are here, and then this will be like a little counter or something where you can either go through and into the workshop. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like realistically how something like this would be set up, because I want it to feel like grounded in reality, or like it's actually usable by the people who would be coming here to do this. Another option would be to keep this enclosed. But then open up an area here. Maybe this is more what I was thinking of. And again, not that it's necessarily enclosed, but like this whole area here would be kind of open. And you would be able to come here as well as here. I don't know, you guys. I like this for now. And I'm thinking maybe we'll leave this, we'll think about it, because I know what's not going to change is this whole half here with the cactus farm above it. So why don't we work on that? And we can put in the framing and the roofing for at least this side, and then we can come back to the other side later. No matter what I'm working on, if I feel stuck on some sort of project, whether that's, I don't know, something you're doing for work or like an art project, because I do a lot of art as well. If I ever find myself stuck, it's always better to step away and then come back to it. Because usually, not usually, this is this is just how it works, but your brain will subconsciously think about it while you're doing other things, especially like if we're going to be here working around this area anyways. Oh, we do need the wood. And then when you come back to it, you've got like a new idea. Okay. We're gonna need all this spruce for the roof. We're gonna need logs. We're gonna need a lot more logs, actually. So I feel like we should just go do that now. These logs are going. We do need barrels. Did I get barrels? I thought I got barrels. No, I guess we need to make barrels too. Unless they're in here. Yes, there's the barrels. Uh-oh, I put an E on that decor. We're gonna change it. We gotta make it right. Okay. Decor? Decor. All right, I think I do need to check on that screenshot that we took. You know what? Let's do this. We're almost at an hour. Let's go harvest some. We'll go harvest some spruce. I do want to take some campfires over and put them underneath the beehives and see about getting some honey from the bees, or honeycomb. And try that out, because we're going to be over there in our little forest area anyways. Look at me taking shortcuts. Roads where there are no roads. I made the roads and I'm not even using the roads. Okay. So I think they have to be... Do they have to be directly under, or can they be 2 under? Let's try it. Okay. I think they can be 2 under. Nice. Honeycomb. Yeah. This is a... Ooh, look at that. That's cool. I've never done anything with honeycomb before. So this is exciting. There's a first time for everything. Nice, nice. And then I got that one already. Ooh. Bee just went back inside. All right, there's one more honeycomb. And I'm pretty sure I have fire tick off in this world, so we shouldn't have to worry about anything happening with all the flames near the trees and everything. Look at that. And then we should be able to use the honeycomb to make candles, right? All right, I know it's getting late. Look, these didn't grow. Is it because they're too close to the other ones? Do I need to go, but where did I put it before? I thought it was here before. I'll try that. All right, let's do some late night, or is it too dark, you guys? Can you even see what I'm doing? I can barely see what I'm doing. Okay, the combination of the dark screen and my bright light up behind me is too much. My little eyeballs are burning now. I gotta blink. Well, we'll do this one tree, we'll replant it, and then we can go back and sleep because this should be enough. For now. Okay. Let's see, let's give it a couple seconds to get some more saplings. Let's chop some of this chicken. I think I told you guys the story. I told the story in my first episode, the world tour, about how the first dog in this world died. His name was Romeo. He was the very first dog that me and my boyfriend ever tamed. And see where all this gravel is? I'd come down, oh no, maybe it was this gravel over here. There was somewhere where there was an open hole. We went down exploring and I knocked down some of the gravel and it fell on top of Romeo. And he suffocated. And I was real life sad. So that's why I said, for now that we have another dog, we have Jack, who's named and who I'm now emotionally attached to. And we have to protect him. Nitro says that is one downside of shaders. When it's dark, it gets super dark, and when it's bright, it gets super bright. Yeah, 100%. Shaders are beautiful. I could not play without them, but it does get very dark. They did get that right in terms of realism. When it's dark outside, in the middle of the woods, it's very dark outside. Okay, we just need, oh, we have 4. Perfect. All right, let's do that. Let's run back to our little work site. Oh, Skelly. I don't have my sword out. There we go. But I must say, the Aurora Borealis is so pretty. It really sets the tone and the ambiance. Monsters nearby, come on. Come on now. Hi, Jack. How's it going? You doing good? Sitting nice and safe up here? You're gonna stay there. Yay, candles. Oh, and string. You need string to make candles. That makes sense. Well, we have plenty of string. Oh, look, yeah. Let's make a bunch of candles just for fun. Yeah, buddy. We are certainly not candle poor around here. All right, let's get the sword out. He set me on fire. When I set him on fire. Can I sleep now? Okay. Help me keep an eye out for creepers, you guys. Because anytime I stay up at night and the monsters come out, there's always a creeper somewhere that comes and sneaks up on me and ruins something. Alright, we can put those away. And we really don't need a spider eye for anything. Nitro says, I usually keep all 4 tools on the hotbar with pickaxe, sword, axe, and shovel. I feel like that's a lot though. All 4? I do usually keep at least my sword at number 1. And then sometimes I'll usually do 3 or 2 and just switch out the 1. Because I feel like if there's all 4, then you only have 4 spaces to hold things. But I do think it depends on what you're doing. Like if you are doing like a complex build and you need to switch between lots of different types of blocks all at once, and then you need to break those blocks as you go, then yeah, I can imagine it's easier to have them all there. Super easy at your hotbar. But like right now, I think we're not gonna need, because we're gonna be working with wood now for the next at least several minutes, so more than several minutes. For the rest of this roof, as long as it takes us to build this roof, we're gonna need wood. So it's the spruce logs. I believe they're going horizontally across this whole thing. And then that's gonna become a barrel, right? I need to check the screenshot. Okay, I know this is right though. Horizontal. Let's see. I did say we were gonna take a break. So give me one moment. Let's get this in. And this is gonna be less of like an actual break and more of like a minute or two while I, get the screenshot ready to be easily referenced. And I might refill and get some more drink. All right, I'm gonna throw the Be Right Back screen on for just a moment. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see you very soon. That wasn't too long, right? Okay, so all I did was just take the screenshot that we took of the creative build and put it here into our little planning document so that I can just swipe back and forth and reference it. So yeah, we have the spruce logs going across horizontally, and then the barrels at the end, and then we have one going up in the middle. So, and how many do these go up? These go up from the base, the barrel, from we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe 6. Maybe it's just 5. I think it's 6. Maybe it's just 5. No, I think it's 6. Okay. So let's come back over here. I think we need to build up a little scaffolding. Or let's put the barrels in. Let's put the barrels in. I should be able to just do that. Yep. Or, so what is the bottom? Is that, I want to know what the bottom of a barrel looks like. Because these, I think these are going to be exposed. Hold on. Nope. Well, that should be fine. Maybe we're gonna cover them. I think we're gonna, actually I think we're gonna put like a trapdoor on the bottom of the barrels. Oh no! Ugh, I hate when I do that. Never mind. I was trying to be efficient and put the barrels in my offhand, but it doesn't want me to do that. Let's see. We're gonna have to clean this up later anyways. So, or maybe we won't, because it just won't be seen by anyone, because it's the very back of the build. Okay. Barrels in place. Ooh. Sorry guys, I need to crack my neck there. So we said, I can't remember if I said 5 or 6. Building up. I think it's 5. Darn it. Nitro says if you update to 1.21.9 or 10, they have shelves now, which are great for building and texturing the exterior. Yes, this has been a battle in my own brain. I love the shelves. I absolutely love the shelves. I've seen other people build with them. I think they'd be super cute, super useful for all the kind of cool building stuff that I like to do. Wait, I need to count. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. I can't. 1, 2. Is that 3? 1, 2, 3. Okay, they're already 5 up. So yeah, I do want to update at some point because I do want to be able to use the shelves. Here is my concern, and you let me know what you think. My concern is I've been using the shelves for just building. I don't think I've used them for their actual intended use. Yeah, 100%. I do think they have more use as decoration, because I know you can store stuff in them, but you can store 3 items in one little shelf. I don't like what do you actually use that for, besides like, I don't know if you want to just set your like tools up really quick in your home base to grab before you go adventuring or something. Like that would make sense. But I did see someone use them. They put lanterns in the shelves, so there's 3 lanterns in like each little shelf thing. And then, so that makes the lanterns look just like little tiny fairy lights. And then she set them up, like up and around a courtyard. And it looked like sort of like marketplace fairy lights. It was really cute. So that's been haunting my brain ever since. I would love to do something like that. My main concern with updating is the texture pack, because like I said, this is Mizunos and this is technically for like 1.19, so there's some textures that don't work, and I don't know if I would like lose out, because I know they updated and upgraded all the copper stuff. They have the copper golems. Like if I updated and some of the stuff wasn't compatible, what I just then, I don't know. I think I would have to just try it to see. And before I try it, I would want to make a copy of this world and like fully back it up, so that if I tried updating and it didn't work, then I would at least still have this copy, and I could always come back to like this version or a previous version and still play and still have the world. Hold on, I need to do more counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we need to go up one more. Nitro says, yeah, that's the problem with texture packs. Since if the dev stops updating, you won't get any new textures, which is why you just play on pure vanilla. Yeah. Yeah. And so I kind of knew that going into this. And I'd thought about, what am I trying to say? I knew especially going into like streaming and stuff, that if I started this on Mizunos, I would want to keep playing on Mizunos. And I mean, even if, I don't know if I could play on vanilla, just because I'm so used to this and this really fits my aesthetic and that kind of cottage-core fantasy style. And I mean, maybe there's another texture pack out there that's similar, but I've looked and I haven't found anything. And honestly, what I would love to do at some point, and this would take a lot of time, is learn the more crunchy back-end stuff of texture packs and how they're made and how to adapt them. And because, I mean, I know I'm a graphic designer by trade. I've already made edits to Mizunos itself, and some of the blocks and stuff I've tweaked just to make them more of what I like. But there's one thing to changing the texture pack, and there's another thing to knowing how the texture packs interact with the overall code of the game and how to make edits in a way that doesn't break the code. So that's more of my thing. I mean, I gotta count again. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, another 5 up from the top there. So, I mean, my thought is, what I'm hoping is that I could update to the newest one and all of the texture packs, all of the textures that we already have for Mizunos still work. And any new textures like the copper golems and the copper chests and stuff will just be the vanilla textures, and hopefully that won't break it. But like, for example, the armor in old Mizunos doesn't work with the new armor because I know they added like the trims and everything to the armor packs, so that just makes it automatically different, and again changes something within like the code of how the textures interact with the game that I don't understand, so I can't like go in and do that. But if Nitro says, I learned texture pack development many years ago, but the amount of time it takes to make those textures requires time and effort. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm sure it gets so complicated, and not just complicated, but tedious as well. Because yeah, anything that has to do with coding is complicated and tedious. So oh, I don't think it's hard on the technical side, but it's very dependent on graphic design skills. Okay, well, I have the graphic design skills, so maybe, I mean, not to like toot my own horn, but that is what I do as my profession. So maybe it would just be about learning the technical side, and maybe, you know, at some point I could develop like another, because I know there was someone who just out of their own desire and kindness of their heart updated Mizunos to like the Pale Garden, like they created a pack that adds on for the Pale Garden, and like I do have that on here. Oops, I am using that. So maybe someday I could update, but then, okay, here's also the issue is that Minecraft itself keeps putting out all these new updates, and every couple months there's a whole brand new thing. Uh-oh. Why does that tree look so weird? Look at that. That's the weirdest leaf generation I've ever seen on a tree. Anyways, I also screwed something up here. This is supposed to line up perfectly, so hold on. I messed up my counting somewhere along the way. Hold on. Let's take a little look. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, which one is wrong now, you guys? Is it this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's wrong. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that Minecraft itself, the game itself, keeps putting out new updates and changing the game every couple of months. So I'm sure it's hard for the people who are already creating texture packs like now to keep up with that and to put up updates and whatnot. So I don't know. I might look. The shelves would be amazing to have. I would love to have the shelves here in this game for us to use and play with. So if I were to update to that and it like breaks the game and doesn't work, it might be worth it for me to learn texture pack development just to at least bump it up to the 1.20, what did you say? 1.21.9 in order to have those and to have all the new copper stuff, because all of that is very like build and aesthetics focused. And then we'll still keep playing in Mizunos. Because I do want this to be, like, I want this to be my forever world and our forever world. And I want us to build in this world for as long as we possibly can. And I don't ever want to play vanilla. I mean, I guess I won't say, you know, never say never, as they say. But I like having something different to play with. Yeah, their move to game drops is definitely not ideal for modders and creators. I'm still a fan of the frequent updates, but I wish that Mojang were to go back to one major update a year. Yes, one update a year would be perfect. I think that makes sense logistically anyways. I don't know why they're trying to do so many updates, because what, they've had Happy Ghast and Copper Age, and isn't Mounts of Mayhem supposed to come out this year as well? Like, that's already 3 in a year, and I may have missed one before Happy Ghast. I don't know, so yeah, and it doesn't seem like I don't know, stuff is gonna fall through the cracks along the way, and quantity over quality isn't always a good thing, you know? Probably end of November or early December for Mounts of Mayhem, yeah. So, and I mean, I don't care about Mounts of Mayhem. I don't know, that doesn't, none of that necessarily appeals to me. Nitro says we have 4 game drops this year. I'd say I don't hate the game drops, but I feel like there's too many disconnected stuff / clutter. Yeah, clutter is a good word for it. It feels like they're kind of cluttering the game with all this extra stuff. And I think that also makes the barrier to entry higher for people who like haven't played Minecraft, or, you know, it's become so popular so they maybe want to get into it, but then you find out that there's so many things and so many features and it's so complicated that I know people who are just like, well, I don't have the time to learn all of that stuff. They don't want to put in the effort to learn it all, which I completely understand, especially for people who don't have the same sort of like nostalgia that I have, because I played the game when I was a lot younger and then when it was so much simpler. So I already have that basic understanding of the game and those like childhood memories that go along with it. So I don't know. I wish in an ideal world, I wish there was a way that you could choose like what features you want in the game or what features you don't. And so whenever you like launch the game or start it up, you could say, yes, give me this. No, don't generate this. Yes, I want, you know, I know that would be super complicated, but it would make it, you could then like fully tailor the game to exactly what you wanted. Nitro says, I feel like Mounts of Mayhem is fun, but at the same time, love it and hate it, as the new undead variants are cool, but they seem to add clutter to hostile mobs. Yeah. Yeah, like, is it really necessary? Was there a hole in the game that needed to be filled by this Mounts of Mayhem drop? Or did Mojang just say, okay, we have to put out 4 drops a year? Let's find, like, what's the next thing, guys? It's not that the game needs something, but we have this schedule that we need to hit. So what can we do? What can we add in order to fulfill an arbitrary drop schedule that we've set for ourselves? Nitro says, I loaded up a copy of my World 2 Mounts of Mayhem beta to test it, but it just feels annoying in a way to deal with the new mobs. Like, I feel like it's not needed. Yeah. Yeah, it's not needed. There's plenty of mobs in the game. We die all the time. Well, we haven't died since starting the series, but people die all the time. There's plenty of mobs in the game. You don't need to add new ones. I mean, you could maybe just change the look of some of the other ones, but the brand new, I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say, oh yeah, like the Happy Ghast update. I don't know. You let me know how you feel about that, but from what I've seen, just from watching other people play it, there is, like, the Happy Ghast fulfills more of a need. There is a use for it because you can ride it up in the air and you can just sort of like float in the air. So when you have huge builds where you're, 100 blocks up, you can sit on your Happy Ghast and build, and you don't have to build scaffolding all the way up there. You don't have to worry about, like, falling necessarily, even though it's slow. That's still like a building use for it, or there's a mechanical use within the game that makes it not like easier to play the game in one aspect, or kind of reduces the time that you would spend to build those giant exterior stuff. You know what I mean? So, like, I could see, some actual utility to that. But then, and of course, I feel like the Happy Ghast is cool, but it's not so useful for me, especially in late game. I feel like it's a bit niche. Yeah, like, I guess if you have, like, the Elytra and everything, or you already have your own, like, system set up in place for building. And I'm gonna be honest, while the Happy Ghast, again, does have some utility, like I said, I don't like how it looks at all. Like, yeah, there's one thing to have the Ghasts in the Nether in this sort of weird, like, extra dimensional subspace, and they look a little scary and stuff. Like, yeah, that's one thing, but to see this big giant block with these little tentacles under it floating around in the sky, I don't know, it doesn't. They look funny to me. They look funny, and they like don't fit the aesthetic of the overworld necessarily. Okay, let's work on this roof. I'm super excited for this roof design and roof shape that we came up with, and I want to kind of get it. Let's see. Oh, we have about a half an hour left of stream. We're gonna end at 8, do our usual 2-hour stream. So I feel like if we can at least get this roof shape set up on the front and back, and then maybe put in if we have time, we can start to put in the grass. So let me slide back over and take a look. And get my little noggin working again. I think this is just, okay, there's no stairs, it's just slabs and blocks. Let me see. Might have to go back into the creative world, honestly, because I'm trying to see exactly what block is on here. I think that's just a regular block right here that's attached to this column. And then slab, slab, block, slab. I think that's it. Okay, let's try it. We can always tear it down. And come back. So it was this. We're gonna need to build some more scaffolding up there. This, and then it would be this. I'm saying, let's see, can we build, we don't need these stairs. We build this out, and then build, oops. Oops. Don't, guys. Don't watch, this is embarrassing. Build this out. Okay, and then this would be slab down, block, and then slab, maybe. Okay, before we go any further, I think that looks, what's up, dude? What do you think? I think that looks right. I'm gonna count, okay. Slab, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. Let's go back and look. Slab, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the 5th one starts to go up one more, and that is 3 in from the edge. So that is, yeah, okay, that's right. So now we need a slab on top of this one, and then this will be, and this starts to go up to 3. So what did I just put here? A block or a slab? I just put block, block, and then slab, right? And then I can't jump up there. Is that a slab? Need to go up. Slab, slab, and then block. I gotta look. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at. Let's go back. Down. See, this is where the elytra will come in very handy, because we can build the scaffolding up to climb up, but instead of tearing my boots down every time I gotta come look at it, we can just glide down. Okay, there's something wrong there. I think this is supposed to be down one. Hold on, let's see. I just went, okay, I went too high too fast. Nitro says, one thing I've realized about Minecraft updates at least is that each update ever since 1.19 was more cluttered except for the trial chambers. Maybe it's because I'm someone who prefers the simplicity of 1.8. I do think that there's some truth to that. What I've seen people talk about how like 1.19 was kind of like the golden era of Minecraft. That was like the Renaissance, where it kind of started to, that was like a great update. They added like a lot of new blocks, a lot of new building, or like up until that update, they'd had a lot of good additions and useful additions and stuff that was like new and exciting, but not too much. Which I started playing, like I played Like I said, when I was a kid, I would play on Xbox on, I think that's Bedrock. And yeah, that was more of like the 1.8, very simple. And then I got back into it at 1.19, and I really loved playing in 1.19 back in, I think, what was that, 2019? So I agree. I think that since then, it's just some of it's just too much. Yeah, the trial chambers are definitely cool. I think it's fun, especially in sort of a like fantasy world like this, to have that sort of like a dungeon to go and fight in and stuff. But yeah, I wish, isn't that around the time? Because at some point the original creator of Minecraft, he like stepped away, and then that's when Microsoft took over, right? And is that when all this like, was that after 1.19 when all this other stuff started being added? Like, of course, when it, you know, changes hands. Oh, that's not right. Not right at all. Okay. Here's what needs to happen. I need to lock in and just focus on building this roof. And then at least doing it once so I can figure out the pattern. So hold on, let me sleep. I think 1.19 was around where Mojang took the wrong turn, since there was a lot of negative controversy with the fireflies and birch forests, which were scrapped. Oh, what was the controversy? What was the... Aren't fireflies still in the game? I thought I saw someone like recently using fireflies. Or am I wrong? And what is it? Is the birch forest... Was it like something different than the birch that we have now? Or was that when the birch was introduced? See, this is the thing. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say you can't listen to negative controversy, but nowadays I think there's a bunch of negative controversy and they should be listening to it because it's right. I don't know. I don't know, man. Okay, I need to, hold on. I need to lock in. I need to count. I can't do other stuff and count at the same time. I need to just count and keep the numbers in my brain. Okay. So from this outside pillar, that one's just a block. Then it goes block and a half, block and a half, block and a half, then 2 blocks, then 3 blocks. Okay, so it's 3 sets of the block and a half and then 2 blocks. So where are we? If we're here, so block, 2, okay, block and a half. This is block, or is it 2 blocks? 2 blocks. No, I have to look. I see your message, Nitro. I will get to it in just 1 second. Is that a... Okay, that's a block and a half. So this needs to be a block and a half, and then another block and a half, and then 2 blocks. So this is a block and a... No. Oh, I know what's going on here. Ah! You didn't see that? We need to eat. Hold on. We'll eat when we deserve to eat. Block and a half. Block and a half. Okay, now, oops. Block. Block. What is going on? What did I say? Block, block, slab, maybe? And then... block. No. Yes, no. Oh, is this 2 blocks now? Uh-oh, I need more scaffolding. Okay. Okay. Nitro says that they showcased fireflies back in 2021 on Minecraft Live, but scrapped it. The community was outraged since Mojang said fireflies were poisonous to frogs. Though they did add them back not as a mob, as a plant with the firefly bush. Okay. So there are fireflies, but it's just the firefly bush plant, not an actual mob. That's not right either. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, yeah, it's hard. I do feel for Mojang because it's hard nowadays to live in like the modern world where everything is online and internet and public and people can just give their opinions willy-nilly, and the general public opinion can make or break, you know, someone's career or work or business or something like that. And sometimes it's valid and sometimes it's not, and you just can't really control it. And that's part of the like internet outrage cancel culture. But I do think I don't know. I think there's places where that's appropriate. Like the first one that comes to mind is the Sonic movie where they put out the first trailer and everybody was like, what is this? This is horrible. Don't do this. And they like walked it back and fully redid it. I think that was good. But then I don't know, something like that where people are just mad about, I mean, why would it matter if fireflies killed frogs? I guess that doesn't make sense in like normal life. Like fireflies don't kill frogs in normal life. So they're kind of stepping outside of the realm of reality there. Maybe that's it, which I can understand that. But that doesn't mean you need to make 4 drops each year of stuff that people don't even want or ask for. Who knows? But I will say I do like the bees. I think the bees are cute. I think that was a good addition. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. This looks correct. So this one is, I think we're still 1 away. I need to go stand right in front of the thing. Okay. So we're looking at this one. So this is, I think this is just 2 blocks stacked on top of each other. And then a block and a half. 2 blocks and then a block and a half. 2 blocks, and then a block and a half. Good Lord. Two blocks, and then a block. No. This is supposed to be 2 blocks. I've lost my mind. Okay, this is this one. 2 blocks. That's the 2 blocks. Okay. And then a block, and a half. Yes? Let's take a look. Okay, yes. Now, the very top is, I think this is 1, 2, 3 blocks stacked on top of each other. 1 block up from that one. Okay, I think we can do this. I think we can do this, you guys. We're almost there. Nope. I don't even have a good way to get around. Oh my goodness. Okay. How are our boots doing? Well, they're... Boots are still at full health. We're good. We're good. Now let's make this jump. Actually, Renee, please. That was so close. Okay, we said 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Now this might seem like overkill, but I do have to go check and make sure that that is correct. Okay, yes, I think we've done it. Now can we recreate it 3 more times on the other sides of this build? Okay, we're gonna double check, we're gonna count. Half slab, 1, 2, 3, 4 regulars. Let's look here. Half slab, 1, 2, 3, 4 regulars, and then it goes block and a half, block and a half, block and a half, 3 times. Block and a half, block and a half, block and a half, 3 times. Then 2 blocks, then 2 and a half, then 3. Then 2 blocks, I believe that's 2, then 2 and a half, then 3, or is that 3 and a half? 1, 2, I think that's 3. Okay. Ooh. My eyes are burning. Let me get a drink here. Okay. I'm going to attempt to do all 4. Sorry. All 4 sides and get the frame of this roof done. And I'm guessing that that will take up the last 15 minutes, if not more. But I think we can at least do that, and then we'll call it for the day. Nitro says, normally for building in my world, I just plan on the fly and think when I build. Probably not the best idea, but I'm not patient in building and creative and then survival, LOL. Yeah, I feel like I like to do a mix of both. If there's something like this roof, I think that's a little more technical because I'm looking for this very specific like curve and slope. So it's easiest to figure that out in creative. And then, even though it doesn't look like it's even, I am not making it look easy to transfer it into survival, as you can tell by the fact that we went back and forth like 1,000 times just to get the numbers right. And I could have done that better. I could have like counted it in survival and like probably written it down on a piece of paper and outlined it a little better. But something like that needs to be precise, yeah, I'll do it and transfer it over. But then like we did one facade in creative for this build, but that's it, and everything else is going to be like on the fly as we go, just to kind of get the general look and aesthetics and what specific blocks we want to use, and then from there we'll just see what fits best. Because I do, my goodness, I do think that there is a certain like benefit to building it organically, just as you're going in the world in the moment. Because I feel like sometimes when I see other people build stuff in creative first and then like use Lightmatica or something to fully just block for block transfer it over, it ends up not necessarily fitting the space as well, because you build it from this perspective of like big and flying around, and then when you come in close and you're like standing here looking up at it, you haven't optimized it for that view, so it looks a little funky and it looks a little weird or different necessarily. Nitro says, sometimes in my builds I don't realize I made a mistake until I'm halfway through, but I usually just stick with it and say it's a feature of the build. Yeah, and honestly I love that. I think that that's an important part of this process as well, and in any sort of artistic endeavor, is making mistakes and then embracing that mistake as now just part of your piece and part of your artwork, and saying, okay, well, this is what it is, now I'm just going to work with it and figure it out and use, you know, still make something beautiful out of it. And that's why I think that, yeah, it's good to do some of the building like here just organically within the survival aspect of the game. So it's definitely, I mean, yeah, certainly comes down to like personal preference. Everyone has their own process that works best for them, and whatever works best for you is great. I personally would never use like fully want to use creative and like Lightmatica or Axiom. More power to those that do, but that just doesn't seem enjoyable to me. Like the process of using those kind of pulls me away from the break block, place block aspect of the game. And I enjoy the process. I enjoy, even though I'm griping and groaning right now, I do enjoy the process of like putting something up and then running down and looking at it and going, yeah, that looks good, or oh no, that doesn't look right, let me tweak that, and just, you know, building. I think we need to do 2 blocks now. And making adjustments in the moment. And trusting your gut. This guy, look, he's here just to laugh at me. Yes, you. Just to watch me fall over and over and laugh at my little foot pain. Because he's not helping out. He's not doing anything. He could at least catch me or something. But, I mean, all that to say, you know, everyone's build style is valid. However you want to do it. Whatever makes the game more enjoyable for you is great. But I am partial to... If I had to choose, I would say just building on the fly and not planning it all, or using like a creative world to plan and just doing it all in the moment. Was that first try? Did we get that one first try? Yes. All right, which means it should be easy, knock on wood, to do the other side, no problem. But I'm a planner in general. I can't not, anything I do, I have to do some sort of plan. I'm very organized. I do a weekly planner for myself without fail. Any task I have to do for the day, I write it down. So that's just part of me, is planning and being organized. That's just my personality. So I do have to bring a little bit of that into this game, but you do, I don't know. I did not have a conclusion to that sentence. I think we need to cut this out and put one there. Okay, and this was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the half slabs. Nitro says, one style I learned while building houses in Novella is that one of the houses has a 2-block drop that couldn't fit a staircase. So I put a ladder directly up to the door, and made it a feature. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, like that's an example of like finding coming across like an issue or a problem and finding a creative solution that then becomes part of the charm of the build. And if you were creative, then I'm sure you could have like fully redone like that part, like that wall or that wing or corner or whatever, to make sure you could fit a staircase, but then you wouldn't have, your cute little ladder. I think that's turned into one of my more favorite choices of ladder from the door entrance down 2 to 3 blocks where the actual main floor is. Okay, so yeah, like you go through the door and then it descends a little bit down to the like actual floor of the build. Yeah, see, that's cute and that's fun, and then that's like fully unique to you and to your world, and that wouldn't have happened if you were, I'm sure building solely in creative and transferring it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now I think this has to turn into 2 blocks tall. Two blocks tall, and then two and a half. And then one there, or no? Did we do that right? Oh, now I don't know. Let's see, can we just come over here a couple? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That tree is blocking the way. I feel like we did not do that right. Oh, that needs to go down 1. Okay. I got it. All right, we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna finish the roof frames. We're so close. We're so close. This needs to be full block, 2.5, and then this is block 2, 3. Yes, that's right. We'll do the other side and then we'll check. And if it's wrong, we're gonna leave it. And I'll fix it later. All right, let's go. Oof, catch that one. It's getting dark. We should be able to build into the night. I think I've got a pretty good handle on what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what? I'm just gonna take down these trees. And they're just getting in the way at this point. That one can stay. All right, let's build up here. Let's build all the way. Oh no. We want to be over here. And then we want to be over here. Okay, so one here. Let's see, can we do it from this side? We should be able to. Whoa, what was that? Oh, we can just come down here. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm locking in. That's one. Nope, not locked in. Which is fine. I need to count again. Actually, let's just sleep. It'll take literally 2 seconds to sleep, and then we'll have light. Okay, I got it. I got it. So 1, 2, and then this is just 1. And then we come up here. It was, I think it's 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1.5. And then 1.5. And then 1, 1.5, and then 2, 1. Gotta build up now. 1, 2, and then yes, 1, 2.5. We've done it. Let's just come to the middle. Does that look correct? Tear these down. We'll leave those up. Let's go run over here somewhere. Take a little look. Whoop. Come here. All right, well, you can't see much of it, but it looks correct from this little tiny view, so I'm gonna take it. It is the back of the build anyways. All right, you guys, it is 8:01 exactly. We did not get to putting the grass parts of the roof in, but that's okay. I'm happy with the progress we've made so far. I think that looks great. So yeah, even though stream was, or this episode rather, was just a little more chill, just a little more about building, I think that's okay. I did enjoy our conversation about the Minecraft game in general and just different types of building styles. I always think that's fun to hear about what other people think and to hear about what you guys are doing in your worlds as well. So keep that coming. It gives me inspiration. My eyes are really starting to burn. Okay, next stream, next episode will be live Saturday at 2 p.m. We're gonna go back to our normal time slot and day after skipping last weekend, and we're gonna keep going on this build. We will finish the roof, we will start to put in the exterior walls of the second floor. We'll figure out what that left side is gonna look like, and we'll be good. So thank you guys so much for watching, whether you were chatting or whether you were just lurking. I really appreciate you being here. If you haven't liked the stream yet, please do so on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when the next stream is going live. And I will talk to you guys, see you guys on Saturday. Have a good night.